Hello everyone, I'm Stephanie Gallant from Lazaric Medispa, and we are going to do an eyebrow wax demonstration for you all today and explain all the lovely details. I have my model here, Kristen Peters, and as you can see with her eyebrows, she has very full eyebrows, and which is awesome to see. They're very natural, so that tells me, you know, I can really get a great shape with her and measure her properly. It's all outgrown trimming, which is amazing. So before I start, you just always want to measure your brow. So your starting point should always be at your tear duct, which is really good here for Kristen, so she doesn't need a lot gone in the middle. Your apex, and if you want to open up your eye there, Kristen, should be right by where the iris is. So that's where your arch should continue going up there, right where the iris is, and your ending point should be a 45-degree angle. So as you can see, her eyebrows are a little short in this area, but we can do anything with filling them in. Kristen, usually I always tint the brows beforehand. Kristen just wants to leave hers natural today, so that's what we're going to do. So what I'm going to do first is trim her eyebrows. So basically you're going to brush everything up here, and you're just going to take off the excess, not very much. What Kristen likes about her brows is the new feathered look that's at the front of her brow here. So as you can see, I'm just trimming not a lot off. So just to make sure that you do everything and make sure that you get every hair, I always brush it down and just see if there's any too much thickness in there, and there's just a few little itty bitty hairs, so we're just going to trim those. So first, what we're going to do is always make sure that you cleanse that skin. You don't want any impurities or anything like that with the wax. I've been waxing now, like I said, for 13 years. So I always have used the same wax. I use a cream-based wax, which is really much less harsh on the skin. It's really good for sensitive skins. It goes into the follicle. It's warmer, and it pulls it out a little bit easier per se a honey-based wax would kind of pull or tug it a little bit more. So we're just going to do the middle first. So as you can see, just taking a little bit of hair through here. Like I said, Kristen likes keeping that little bit of feathered look in the front, so it's not really a lot. And really waxing, you know, a lot of people talk about pain and whatnot. It is very, very, very quick and easy. The best thing about waxing is with tweezing or anything else, you cannot get every little hair out or every little bit of peach fuzz. With waxing, you know, you do it all in one rip, you know. Was that any pain for you, Kristen?
No.
There you go. I'm just going to turn a little bit here. So as you can see, I'm going to pull her skin very taut. The more taut, the better. It just creates less pain for the client. So we're just going to start here, and we're just going to follow along her apex. She's pretty much got her shape where she wants it, and I am just getting all those little excess hairs that we're growing. So you always put the wax the direction of the hair that it grows, and you pull the opposite way. And you always get your hand there for nice pressure. The client always loves you for that. If there's any little bit of excess there, we'll just get it off or tweeze it later. You never want anybody to re-wax. Your skin is too sensitive to go over the same spot twice. So you always want to make sure that you have a really great give and you have all your hair under the wax the first time. So right now, a lot of people don't wax the tops, or they were told not to, or an old grandmother's wives' tale that you shouldn't do the tops. I would leave it, like I said, to the professionals. I don't think it's something that somebody should do on their own. The top basically is just getting rid of very little hair, but what it does to the shape, it really helps the shape. And some people don't want it done, and if they don't want it done, it's not a problem. I like to do the top, because as you can see from one side to the other, it just gets rid of those excess little hairs from the temples, and it really just kind of really cleans it up there. Okay? So as you can see, she definitely needed her eyebrows done today. Alrighty, so my favorite thing for the client afterwards, and that's when they love me all over again, is I use a cream. It has no fragrance, it's hypoallergenic, and I've actually had clients want me to order in this cream for their facial moisturizer. I put the cream on and it just makes her eyebrows just go back to normal. Feels great, takes away any of the redness. And she will be red for a little bit. She's really only pink. But the aftercare, she should, try not to wear any makeup for a few hours if you can. If you're going to an event and you need be, no problem. But she's not going to be putting any makeup on here today. So I'm just going to see if there's any little hairs here, just to be tweezed. And there's always usually, one or two that you miss, so you do have to use the tweezers. So just to kind of finish it off, I'm going to use a little bit of my palette of nudes, and we're going to fill in Kristen's eyebrows here, because the picture that she gave me earlier, they were a little bit more filled in. And that way I can extend her end point where she doesn't have that, and you can measure it up a lot better. I'm not really going to put a lot through this area here, because we're going to brush it on through. And if she was going out tonight, we would definitely take some concealer and go underneath the brow. So we're going to brush this through, and the reason why we brush it through is then it looks more natural. It doesn't look like it's staying on the skin. And I really brush it really through that front area because she likes it wispy. So her starting point is really great. Her arch, and if you want to open up your eye, Kristen, is right at her iris there. And her ending point now is a little bit more better on because I did that with the powder. Same with this. Arch. An ending point. So I just always give a nice little brush at the end.
Perfect.
Love?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.